Saturday morning. It's super early and I'm meeting a friend to go walking and then to go to a spiritual meeting to refill my spiritual cup. But I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I just wanted to buzz on and first talk a little bit about weight loss tips. And we've been having this in our VIP group, and after having an amazing week with having a #1 Amazon release book, the Mom's Guide to Ketosis, and I can put it in the description link below once I'm done with this and want to get back home. My book, or you can just look on Amazon for Countess of Low Carb. My book is #1 in 2 categories for new releases, which has humbled my heart immensely. And so I wanted to share a couple of success tips, and hopefully my friend won't walk up while I'm filming this. I'm like waiting for her to like walk over or whatever. But some of my success tips for you are emotional triggers. We've talked about this on some other Facebook lives, but I wanted to share with y'all this week has been amazing in so many different ways. But emotionally, it's been kind of like this, like roller coaster somewhat. It's been so fabulous with the #1 Amazon release, which has been awesome. But also, like, life happens, right? Like, some things didn't go my way this week, and that frustrated me. And I know myself well enough to now to know some of my triggers and how I set up safety nets. And so what I want to encourage you guys is, how can you set up safety nets for your weight loss, right? Like, having lost 50 pounds through keto, I have another 50 pounds to go. I'm seeing patterns now over almost the past year of doing keto of where am I setting myself up that I need to like work on, right? So one of them would be emotional triggers for me, is if there's something emotionally going on that's of unrest, that for me is something that I put out like, okay, note to self, this is when I need to be extra loving to myself, have extra grace, be extra kind to myself, and like not expect perfection out of myself, right? Just expect progress, not perfection. So that's one tip. Another tip is if I don't sleep. If I do not sleep, my whole world... my whole world is rocked. And so if you have that, if you're someone who's like me who requires a lot of sleep, know that about yourself, right? So now I know that if I'm not sleeping well, I have got to set up safety nets to make it super, super simple for myself to succeed. So one of those is then if I'm not sleeping is to schedule a time to sleep. So for example, my in-laws, on the weekend take my son, and this weekend they're not able to. And so, okay, that's usually sometimes when I'm able to get a nap and catch up on an hour or 2 of sleep. And so that's not happening this weekend. So what can I do to proactively like help that? Because I know that's going to trigger me. I know it's going to trigger me if I'm not getting caught up on my rest. The next thing that I want to talk about is being prepped. And what I mean by that is like, do I have healthy foods in my refrigerator? Like, do I have bacon that I can easily cook, right? Like, that's always my go-to. Like, okay, I'm just going to make some bacon and I'll fry up some sort of keto vegetable with that. I'll have some broccoli, I'll have some Brussels sprouts, I'll have some asparagus, I'll have some peppers, I'll have some sort of vegetable to go with it. Or do I have my grass-fed butter? Do I have bulletproof? Do I have fat bombs in my refrigerator or freezer? That for me is having fat bombs on hand, like on demand when I need some extra fat, or if I'm feeling hangry, that having 1 or 2 of those, popping those is great. And someone had asked, how often do I pop fat bombs? I'd say sometimes I do 1 or 2 a day. That's what I do. And it helps keep me satiated. Have I had 3 or 4 in one day just to kind of ride it out? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Would I recommend that on a daily basis? No, probably not. So having those prepped and for having stuff ready for me is super, super helpful. Just having to like have on hand. And then also if I'm out on the road, like today I am, knowing where like safe places are to eat keto. So I've got a couple of places figured out that I'm gonna go walk with a girlfriend. We're gonna get some coffee. I have with me my travel coconut oil, and thank you guys. If you want that travel coconut oil link, I'll post that too in the description. That's been a lifesaver for me, having travel coconut oil in packages. You can easily just take that, like that right there is my breakfast. That's my BPC coffee. So, and somebody had asked about my hair. It's dry shampoo. I just use dry shampoo. Mom hack, dry shampoo and fake eyelashes. Those are my 2 things. So those are some, I gotta go. My friend's over there. She's motioning at me. So I love you guys. I'm wishing you a happy Saturday. Do something loving and kind for yourself. What are you going to do that's loving and kind for yourself? That's your question of the day. Put it in the description link below. I want to see, what are you doing that's loving and kind? I love you guys so super much, and I'll talk with you soon. How do I turn this thing off? Turn off. Off.